At a prestigious Liverpool tennis academy, Coach Sarah Mitchell noticed something sinister lurking beneath the surface, but she never expected it would lead her to confront her own dark past. Sarah watched as new coach Mark Stevens promised young players exclusive tournaments abroad, but something felt off about his behavior. The way he isolated certain students, the late-night training sessions, the missing paperwork. When 3 talented teens vanished after accepting his overseas offers, Sarah's worst fears were confirmed. During a confrontation in the empty locker room, she finally saw his face clearly under the fluorescent lights. It was James Turner, her unstable ex-boyfriend, who had escaped from Ashworth Mental Hospital 2 years earlier. She recognized the same cold stare that once terrorized her. Before she could alert authorities, Stevens or Turner had already disappeared, along with 2 more young athletes. Police investigation revealed he had been operating similar schemes at tennis clubs across Europe, trafficking promising players through a sophisticated network. Despite an international manhunt and Sarah's tireless campaign to expose trafficking in youth sports, he remains at large. The missing teens were never found. Could this predator be coaching at your local tennis club? Drop off if you think you've seen him. Late one night at Oakland Coliseum, a brutal murder would forever change the meaning of America's favorite pastime. But who was watching from the shadows? Navy Lieutenant James Morrison was doing his evening jog when he spotted someone breaking into the stadium's equipment room. As a decorated sailor with 2 tours of duty, he didn't hesitate to investigate. What he discovered would be his final act of bravery. Behind the third base dugout, Morrison came face-to-face with Marcus Wheeler, a convicted felon who had dated Morrison's sister years ago. Wheeler, fresh out on parole, had been stalking Morrison for weeks, consumed by rage over the sailor's successful life and loving family, everything Wheeler believed he deserved but never had. The crime scene told a horrific story. Morrison had been beaten to death with a baseball bat, his military ID deliberately placed on his chest. Security cameras captured Wheeler circling the body, taking photos with his phone, before disappearing into the night. When police tracked him down 3 days later, they found a shrine of Morrison's newspaper clippings in Wheeler's apartment, all defaced with disturbing messages. Wheeler is now serving life without parole, but one question remains. Did Morrison's sister know about Wheeler's obsession? And could this tragedy have been prevented? Share your thoughts below. What begins as a missing persons case at Caracas's most notorious drag strip turns into a chilling discovery of terrorism that nobody saw coming. Miguel Santos was more than just another street racing fanatic. He was my next-door neighbor and a promising engineering student. Every weekend, his modified Civic would roar to life as he headed to the underground races. But on July 15, 2023, Miguel vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a disturbing manifesto detailing society's corruption. As a retired mechanic, I noticed something odd about his car the week before: hidden compartments that didn't match any racing modifications I'd seen in my 30 years of work. The investigation revealed Miguel had been recruited by a terrorist cell using street racing as a cover. They were smuggling explosives in modified vehicles across Venezuela. The manifesto wasn't just angry ramblings, it was a detailed confession. Police discovered Miguel had helped transport enough explosives to level 3 city blocks. When authorities finally tracked him down, they found him in an abandoned garage, surrounded by bomb-making materials and race trophies. His obsession with speed had driven him straight into the hands of extremists. Was Miguel a willing participant, or did his passion for racing make him an easy target for manipulation? Share your thoughts below. What started as a stalking case turned into every woman's worst nightmare when a Portsmouth bank teller vanished during her morning jog. But the killer was closer than anyone expected. Sarah Mitchell never saw the danger coming. Her ex-boyfriend, James Cooper, spent 6 months stalking her every move, hiding in shadows, watching her new life unfold without him. One crisp morning in October, Sarah left for her usual run but never came home. Police discovered her abandoned water bottle and one shoe on the jogging trail, along with disturbing drag marks leading into the forest. For 3 horrifying days, Cooper held her captive in a remote cabin, sending cruel videos to her new boyfriend showing Sarah bound and terrified. He forced her to profess her love on camera while threatening to end her life if she refused. The breakthrough came when a hiker reported smoke from an unusual location deep in the woods. Police raiders found Sarah alive but severely dehydrated, with Cooper calmly sitting beside her, as if they were on a romantic getaway. Even more chilling, investigators discovered elaborate plans in Cooper's journal detailing how he would make her fall back in love through Stockholm Syndrome. Today, as Cooper awaits sentencing, he still claims it was all for love, but was this twisted plan brewing long before their breakup? A brutal murder shook the peaceful city of Hyderabad when a delivery driver's routine stops at a movie theater turned into his worst nightmare. What happened next would expose a dark obsession that no one saw coming. 27-year-old Raj made his usual late-night deliveries to the Royal Cinema, unaware that Dr. Arun Kumar, a respected philosophy professor, had been watching his every move for months. The professor, who wrote lengthy manifestos about the moral decay of society, believed that movie theaters were breeding grounds for cultural corruption. On that fateful night of March 15th, Dr. Kumar finally snapped. He ambushed Raj in the theater's parking lot, savagely attacking him with a metal pipe, striking him 17 times. Security cameras captured the professor muttering about cleansing society during the violent assault. But here's the twist: when police tracked down Dr. Kumar at his university office the next morning, they found him dead from a self-inflicted wound, surrounded by dozens of journals filled with his deranged theories about entertainment's role in society's downfall. The most chilling detail: he had mapped out Raj's delivery schedule for 6 months, marking each visit with a red 10th in his calendar. What drives someone with such a brilliant mind to commit such a heinous act? Share your thoughts below.